Gate 14 podcast and the Toronto Blue Jays go into the All-Star break limping, but good news and bad news. As I mentioned on the TikTok, franchise record, team wins before the All-Star break. First time in first place heading into the All-Star break since 1993. Something special happened that year. Avery, how are we feeling after that, man?
Well, it wasn't good. Yeah, the game didn't go great today. Yeah, I think it's however you are as a person is how you're going to feel today. If you're an optimist, you look at the full range of what happened in the first half and you're happy. If you're a pessimist, you're okay, this is what the team is. Obviously, you shouldn't think that way, but you'd be like, okay, this is what the team is. They need a ton of reinforcements. The hottest day in history in Sacramento today, and they played a stinker. It's how it was. It wasn't a great weekend. We're a home team, man. Get us back at the
They're home
dome.
merchants. They're
Yeah,
home merchants. I mean, it just leaves me with the tough thing about it is, Avery, is I would have rather lost the White Sox series and won this one because you go into the All-Star break at least on a more positive note than a 2-game losing streak against the Athletics. Like, it just leaves me with a bad taste in my mouth until Friday. You know? Like, that's the tough part of that.
for sure. I think you could just forget about it, though. It's like, oh, that sucked. Thank God we can't allow this to continue tomorrow. Like, if they played again tomorrow and it just continued to spiral, then I'd be worried. I think it's coming the break at a perfect time after that. Like super
Yeah.
disappointing today for sure.
Those
But
boys had their bags packed today and yesterday. I'll tell you that for free. They had their bags packed, ready to go to Cancun. It'll probably not Italy for 3 days, but they had their bags packed and ready to go on that nice little trip with the wife and kids. I'll tell you that for free. Those boys did not come out swinging yet today or pitching. Just a horrific effort today. A game that it's easy to forget. It's going to be easy to forget about that one. That was terrible.
yeah, tough when the Yankees lose too, but the Red Sox are never going to lose another baseball game. So I think we got to worry about them too. But you just watch that today, kind of from the start. It's going to be one of those baseball games. You knew it through three that it was a stink fest coming up. And the A's have found a way to play. They don't want to be at that ballpark and they're moving eventually, but that team and that roster, that lineup is set up perfectly to play there. Like
Yeah, I do. I
the
was saying about
Soderstrom left center bomb. Like, how does that? Kurtz going 38-degree launch at 104 and it's on the building. How is this happening with those guys? Even the Rooker home run yesterday.
yeah.
It's worked out well for what they have.
Yeah, it was just I watched the A's games, and I'm not obviously locked into the or the Sacramento Athletics, or whatever they're called. But I look at that team and I go, "How is this team bad?" Like, they got guys spawning out of the bullpen throwing 101. They have Brent Rooker who rocks, Kurtz who rocks, Soderstrom who rocks, Wilson who's pretty good. Like, I will never get looking at that team. How is this team bad?
They
It
can't
doesn't make any
pitch.
sense.
They can't pitch. Like, they're
Oh,
pretty bad on the mound.
fair.
They get to some good arms at the back end of the pen, but like Jeffrey Springs is their guy. They paid Luis Severino to have a 7 ERA right now.
Yeah.
I think they just can't pitch, and I don't think that's the hot take.
I'd be so frustrated if I was an A's fan because I mean, they could swing it, man. They can swing the bat, but I mean, going into some talking points of this series, the Friday game, we were at Fisher, by the way. Fisher rocked. Just bangers on bangers. He obviously played a lot of remixes. Didn't play a lot of his, like, he played half and half, I would say, which probably some people were mad about because they want to see the full Fisher set of his music. But
I feel the opposite. When I go to house shows, I want to listen to songs I don't know.
okay, yeah, that's why I
I
was
think
fine with it.
I think it's the best part about music is they play so much new stuff so quickly that you can find out and like it. But Fisher was fun. Like that if you were new to house music, I think you would have enjoyed that show a lot. It's
Yeah,
not like he's not too crazy. I think it's like pretty enjoyable music.
yeah, it was good. But the Friday game just bounced back from that loss to the White Sox, 7-0 lead. Hoffman kind of gets a little funky with it, but he didn't throw in 5 days. And then just raking, man. I mean, obviously it was kind of a group effort. It was a collective effort, which is why they got all those runs. But the Friday game was rocked, and it was like, all right, they kind of put that White Sox loss behind them, and then they kind of Saturday just stupid errors from Tyler Heineman. Just not the greatest pitching from the starters the Toronto Blue Jays got on Saturday, and then today was just absolutely shit. But just a strange series in terms of like it was right there, but it also wasn't. Like every single time they got within reach of it, they kind of just pissed down their leg. It was a very strange series, and this team hates playing in minor league parks. 1-5 in minor league stadiums this season. Not great.
Oh, those minor league stadiums also have like the hottest surfaces of the sun type areas. Yeah, I mean, I would call it just a baseball weekend where the runners in scoring position swings just didn't seem to come through because they gave themselves chances on Saturday. They really did. They had a chance to tie the game. What was it? The boat double to have second and third, none out, right? They only
Yes,
scored one
they only scored
uh,
one.
at the end there. Yeah, even a chance. I mean, Mason Miller found it, and he's really good. But you had some chances even in the ninth there. It's the ups and downs of hitting with runners in scoring position, where they were the best team in baseball over that month plus stretch.
Yeah,
Didn't help that Springer wasn't good this weekend. Vladdy wasn't really good this weekend, and they got a lot of the at bats. It's ball. It's Yeah, it sucks. It was, and also the Tyler Heineman. We might need help with a backup catcher at some point.
Oh,
We
we always, I mean, to be fair, Avery, we always said that. Like, the 35-year-old journeyman was not going to put together a higher war season than Adley Rutschman. Like, we made the jokes, we did the tweets and all that type of stuff. But in the back of my mind, it's like, he is a backup catcher. We shouldn't be expecting a lot from him, period, right? Like, he's already playing with house money in my mind, essentially. Is that crazy to say? Like, the
no.
Linsanity run he had for the first half of the season, that now that we're just kind of playing with house money because he has been a key reason on why this team has won games, right?
Yeah, and you can give me the reasons to not acquire a backup catcher, and I would agree with you pretty much all of them. A backup catcher's not really playing in the playoffs. If you get there, like there's just no need for them to be playing. So you don't want to really use a ton of real assets to acquire a backup catcher. The only
Yeah.
time you do it is if your starting catcher gets hurt, right? And maybe that's
Yeah.
what this Jays team will do. If Tyler Heineman finishes the year hitting 260, even though he was hitting 440, you look at the end and you say, for a backup catcher, that's fine,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, every day every time he plays, his average is dropping as of late. But like, if he hits 260, hits 270, I'm like, yeah, Tyler Heineman was great as the backup catcher. So once you reel that back, we were hearing some crazy things people were saying about Tyler Heineman. It's like he needs to be DHing
It's
all the
like, well,
time.
like usually I'm not like that big with the advanced number stuff, but when you pointed out to me that his expected batting average was like 220
Yeah.
when he was hitting like 400, it's like, oh, yeah, the regression will probably come at some point. It's just insane that the regression came like 2 months after we talked about it, right? Like,
Yeah.
we are playing with house money. It just sucks that it's snowballing right now into absolute fucking hell. Like, 3 errors in 3 innings is 3 errors in 3 innings. Doesn't matter what you do the first half. He was the key reason they lost yesterday's game. One of the key reasons, aside from the runner scoring position stuff, but not great from Tyler Heineman. Like, again, though, Avery, I wanted to bring this up. Like, at some point, we need the big dogs to be big dogs, man. The
Yep.
bottom of the order is coming back down to earth, aside from fucking Davis Schneider, who hit a ball 450 today. But, like, the bottom of the order is coming back down to earth, right? I mean, we're talking about a Miles Straw who has been struggling at the plate as of late. Um, Leo Jimenez should not be playing Major League Baseball. I'm sorry, can't make a tag at second base. Guys are starting to come down, and we need the big dogs to step up when that is happening, and we are not getting that aside from Bo Bichette. Like, George Springer, I believe, is like 2 for his last 27 or whatever the stat that someone tweeted at me was. Vladdy hasn't hit a home run since Vietnam. Like, the top of the order has to pick up what the bottom of the order is doing. They've been getting carried for far too long, Gabriel. I think that's the point that I'm trying to make in this long-winded fucking sentence I'm saying right now?
No, it makes sense. Like if we want to go, we'll go last 30 days. This probably doesn't include today because I didn't sort it by that. But last 30 days, Tyler Heineman, 21 weighted runs created plus. Miles Straw, 56. Jimenez is 80. Kirk 100. But then you go from the top down. Vlad, I'm surprised this 143, Springer
What?
141. Yeah, it's insane. It is like the Vlad stuff is infuriating to watch, and then he's just pretty good all the time. The numbers say that. If you go last 2 weeks, he's 115. It's a little bit different, but yeah, I would love a month stretch of Vladdy being a 215 weighted runs rated plus hitter. I would really, really enjoy that. And people are starting to turn on him now. It's
It's
getting
getting
out.
bad. I mean, today's game didn't help. He was lost today.
Yeah.
And then
I wonder if
and what's the taste they leave in people's mouth today, Vladdy? Ground ball double play to end the game. Oh, with the tying run on deck. I mean, yeah, it's people are really starting to turn on him, man. It's this fan base will turn on you as quickly as they'll love you. It's crazy.
yeah, and he got 14 more years, which I think, yeah, they just want to see what they know and love from Vlad. Like if Vlad never did the runner-up MVP, there'd be so many different. I mean, his contract would be so different too, and people would think about him differently. But again, people would take Vlad hitting 240 if he hit 50 bombs. People would take Vlad hitting 235 if he hit 40 home runs. I think people would
Yeah.
really appreciate that trade-off, and that's just not what he's kind of turned into right now.
Yeah, it's a bad again, I'm not to go out of God. I know people were tweeting at me like good job at going at Vlad last pod. I do not think I really went at Vlad last pod. I just said you're getting paid to hit home runs, not hit singles. Like that's not the craziest take that's ever been said on this podcast. Like you haven't hit a home run in 2 weeks, brother. Right? Like the last home run he hit, I believe, Avery, was against the Red Sox.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
That was a long fucking time ago. That was before Canada Day, Avery.
Yeah.
Like superstars don't go through these stretches. Like Aaron Judge, I'm going to compare him to Aaron Judge. He's making more money than Aaron Judge. Is not going through a 3 week stretch of no home runs. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And someone sent me an insult stat the other day that really hit it home for me. I think it was YJ's. Anthony Volpe has the same amount of extra base hits as Vladimir Guerrero Jr. this season.
Volpe's goaded, man. The best one was the Ricky stat.
Oh fuck! This is an insult stat. I got it. If you don't know, if you don't remember it,
I remember Vlad has 2 games this year with multiple extra base hits. 2 games
too.
all
And that's not a
season.
made up stat. I looked it up too to fact check it because I was going to tweet it as well or mention it on the podcast. Like I know Ricky fucks around sometimes with the stats, but
He clarified that because he does make a bunch up stats. He said,
yeah,
got a DM, so I need to clarify. This one is real. Insane stuff.
two,
Insane.
2 games. What was the
Yeah.
YJ's one where Vladdy has 2 home runs this season where he's knocked someone else in?
Yes.
Oh, that stat really hit it for me. Listen, we are Vladdy guys, but the more these stats come up, the more all I can do is just sit back and observe like that meme. It's a crazy. These stats are insane. Do you have it?
No, I don't. I fucking forget his name. I don't follow him.
It's something along the lines of Vladimir Guerrero Jr. has hit 2 home runs where they aren't solo shots. I believe it is this season. 2.
Yeah. It's insane, man.
It's
I don't
insane.
get it.
But the wild thing about it is, Avery, like, you look at the numbers. Again, we said this last pot, and they're not awful. They're not awful. He takes a step back and looks at those numbers. They're not awful. The red circles on Savant, the expected stats on Savant. But if you watch the guy every day, it's like, listen, man, you're not Luis Arias, okay? And when I look around the league and I see guys getting paid a quarter of what you're about to make, and they are double the home run total you're at, it's not good. I'm sorry. And I love Vladdy. I think Vladdy's going to be awesome here for a long time. I think he's going to be one of the best Blue Jays ever. But this stretch, when your team needs you most, when you're in a division race, a wild card race, a playoff race, playoff push, and you're slugging goddamn below Anthony Volpe, essentially, that's not going to cut it for me as a fan. And it would be a disservice, Avery, to Gate 14 Nation for us not to bring this up. It would be.
Yeah,
To just
so
ignore it. You can't ignore it.
no, the best stat here is Bo Bichette slugging higher than Vlad this year. Vladdy ranks 71st amongst qualified hitters in slugging percentage.
71st.
Yeah, that's what he's doing, man. That's what he's come into. And I mean, ISO, I think it could be worse as well. Like, let's see where he ranks amongst ISO. 94th in ISO.
I mean,
Yeah, it's just like that's what we want from him. I know like he's walking at one of the if you look among qualified hitters walk rates, he's got to be up there. He's top 20 walk rates amongst qualified hitters.
but we don't pay you to walk, man.
I know, but like if you sort by the top 20, there's good hitters in this, and there's a lot of hitters that hit home runs as well. So it's like he has great strike zone knowledge at this point. Plate coverage is great. Just we got to do damage on the pitches. I think what Claps was the one who tweeted out that he's just swinging less. He just truly is swinging less on
He's not swinging the
balls.
bat. He
No.
like he's not swinging. It's a strange thing to watch, right, Abe? It's like I'm trying to understand it because he's getting deep into counts, right? Like 3-2 to Mason Miller today, 3-2 yesterday, 3-2 early today in the count against Springs, but he's not putting together good at bats after that. You know what I mean? It's just it's a strange thing to watch. And do I think he'll turn it around post All-Star break? Goddamn right, I hope so. Right?
Yeah.
Because the people who negative post and who come at me when I say I think he's going to turn it around, they will have a field day with me because I keep saying I think he's going to figure it out. But I'm fine dying on that hill. It's frustrating to watch when you know how good the guy could be when we have seen the guy be elite, top of the talent level, you know, right? And this guy's going to be starting in an All-Star game tomorrow.
Yeah, and it's pretty deserved. Like Aranda's probably the one who should have been
You mean it's
starting.
pretty not deserved?
Like it's not that crazy. It's not Julio making the All-Star game. Aranda was the one who probably should have done it. He's a star, and he hasn't had like that crazy bad of a season. So like he's gonna win people's votes pretty often. I just want him to hit home runs, hit doubles,
Brother
and
Avery, I
just
would
strike out.
sacrifice this dude hitting 230 if it meant him launching 35, 30 home runs. I really would.
I just don't think he could possibly do that. He's too good to hit 230, but he has the pop and the potential to hit the 40 home runs. Like there's nothing in his profile that suggests he would be a 230 hitter if he tried to sell out for launch for fly balls. He's too good, right?
Let me ask you the question. This is how I'll round the Vlad discussion because obviously I don't want to doom post the entire time after an awesome first half, quote unquote half, I guess. If you genuinely ask Vladdy how he thinks the first half went, what do you think he would say? Good?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Does that not get you a little bit angry at least, Dave? Like, come on, man. You're on pace for 21 fucking home runs, dude.
I think he would just shift it on you. Like the team's in first place, I'm hitting pretty well. Um, yeah, and then if he said something like home runs aren't everything, then I'd be concerned. Like we need to get a little different chat in his ear at some point. But yeah, until it goes disastrously bad, I just don't think there's going to be that much of a change. I really don't. I also got a problem with calling it the first half. It's not even half of the season. It's way more.
It's like we're almost 100 games, right?
Yeah, it's like 90.
I don't know what to
90.
call it though. Like before the break or like
I know. I think that's just the problem with with calling it the first half and the second half when they're not halves. That's interesting. But do you want to go through like leaders and stuff for this Blue Jays team
Yeah.
at this point of the break. Yeah, we'll do updated splits full season. Our don't need to be qualified. We'll do just one plate appearance. Our WAR most valuable player. I'm on Fangraphs. I like Fangraphs. We'll go by wins above replacement for the hitters first. Kirk 3 wins so far. Um, Ernie 2.2, Vlad 2.1, Barger 2 wins, Bo 2 wins, Springer 1.7, Tyler Heineman 1.5. Like if a backup catcher, if he finishes at 1.5, he did a good job this
Yeah.
season,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Nathan Lucas is at a win, Andres Menes is at a win, and then pretty much everyone else is just hanging out in that slot. Santander worth negative a win, pretty much. So that is on the pitching side. The leader in home runs, Johnny, in the first half is
Unk.
George Springer, 16. Stolen bases, the leader in stolen bases, George Springer with 11.
Oh my God.
Weighted runs created plus, George Springer, 137. Vlad's 130. Yeah. All right. So that, that does it for our hitters. George Springer leading the team in pretty much everything is special and definitely what we all thought was going to happen.
Yeah. Especially
Let's take
after
it
spring.
Let's take it to the pitching side. Wins above replacement wise. Bassett, 1.7 wins. Gosman, 1.6. Barrios, 1.3. Lauer, in like half the innings of everyone else, he's at a full win. And then everyone else below that. We can go by ERA for the older folk. We'll do qualified for this one to make it easier. Gosman 419, Bassett 412, Barrios 375. It's
That's not
not
updated with today.
It is updated with today. Yeah.
Barrios ERA is 3.75 after today as well.
Yeah. Yeah. 115 innings pitched. And then Eric Lauer, 278. Bowden Francis, 605. I don't know if we'll get him back at anything. If we want to go to the bullpen as well, who do you think your bullpen MVP has
Wyrod.
been?
Not even close. Wyrod.
Yeah, he's well, I would say Brennan Little, probably.
No,
He
Wyrod's way better.
he's up there. Just
Wyrod.
wins wise, Wyrod point 0.3 wins above replacement. I mean, this isn't perfect for relievers. But Brennan Little worth a full win.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Those two are just far and away the best of the guys we have. Do we want to team batting stats? We can figure that out as well to see where the Blue Jays line up. Weighted runs created plus wise. I know they were good last year. They finally got over the hump. Let's see. This isn't wanting to do it. Okay, weighted runs created plus. The Jays as a team rank 10th in baseball. People like to do this one. They rank 19th in home runs, so not the bottom like it was Doom posting. They have the lowest strikeout rate, batting, and then they are top 12 in walk rate. So pretty good. Like they rank third in the league in OBP. They've done really good at driving people in, man, and getting on base. Yeah. So first half grades, if you want to give it to the Toronto Blue Jays, first place as they go into the All Star break.
Aside from this weekend, I'm going to say B plus. I'm going to say B plus. First place. Essentially doing it without Vladdy, really. Santander. Varsho's been out. You have been putting together these puzzle pieces in the lineups to get going for you, and it's been working. It's been clicking, right? I mean, you've been doing it based off of depth and without a rotation that really has a solidified number one. I would say A minus, but I have a bad taste in my mouth left from this weekend. But B plus, solely based on the fact that no one on the planet expected this Toronto Blue Jays team to be in first place by the All Star break, and that's what I'll take away from this quote unquote first half, 96 games in.
I will. I think there's an A minus based on how it's happened. Like the pitching not being fantastic, and the team just kind of overachieving from some other people. Like the George Springer bounce back has made this so enjoyable to watch. The Barger leap, I think for pure fun wise, that's an A minus first half so far. Like honestly, as good as it could have gone, pretty much.
Yeah.
So they got to stay afloat. Season's not over. We're on the shorter side of it, but again, there's a lot of work to be done still.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. I think they gotta get the big dogs back, man. I think that's the biggest thing that was shining from the past week. Everyone kind of coming back down to earth from the depth pieces. I think Santander fully healthy coming back would be awesome. But I also think they need to make some trades, man. I think the bullpen is, I'm not going to say taxed, but the bullpen has been used the shit ton. They had to use Chris Bassett today, right? I mean, um, yeah, I think that's the biggest thing I took away from this weekend, the last week, is they need a solidified number one and definitely some bullpen help, man. I think that's like the most obvious thing, correct?
Yeah, it's put together as that being the most obvious pieces too, but like I think all the guys coming back healthy is pretty good. Even with the relievers coming back healthy, it's not bad. You can get a couple guys too that are going to be free agents at the end that you don't want or you're not going to have a ton of control on. But again, you're buying pitching more than you're buying hitting. I think as like the hierarchy of moves they want to have made. I think they can do it too. Does it feel wrong to you a little bit that you're just looking at every team's players like, yeah, I'll trade for this guy.
It
I'll,
feels
I'll...
wrong. It feels more wrong when it's for a guy that seems like unrealistic. Like I know we're in love with the Jacob deGrom thing. The dude has a no trade clause and he's a real American patriot. I think there's 0% chance he comes to Canada.
Of course, yeah,
That should be off the list. Like the Joe Ryans of the world, other teams are going to beat our prospect packages as much as I hate to say it for a Joe Ryan. Like the Red Sox really want him. They need a number two or a number three after Brian Bayo. They're going to go after it. I don't know if the Toronto Blue Jays have enough capital to compete with these teams for these massive arms like this, Avery. That's where I'm at with it, looking at some of the trades and stuff, proposals.
yeah. I think it's just funny. It's like I don't know how they're going to do. That's why I'm kind of on the backside of doing a bunch of trade deadline stuff because I don't even know who's realistic or not. Maybe I'll do a video of some players that are kind
I mean,
of
we'll just have BNS on. You can kind of talk us into what the thought
yeah.
process is.
It's true too, because part of coming up with trade guys is being a little unrealistic, right?
For
It's
sure.
it's it's not always going to be the guy that you think. I don't think they need that crazy of a boost, but again, you get a complete stud in that locker room. It's going to boost everyone up, and like every time I think about it, it's like sure, I it would be nice to have a guy who's really, really good as a starting pitcher on the mound, as this kind of goes wonky and sideways sometimes with our start. We're at the point where we kind of don't know what we're going to get with some of these starts for right now. I believe in the guys who are starting every fifth day, but the results just kind of are skewed all the time. Like there's no Crochet, there's no Scooble that you know for sure you're going to go out and dominate every single time.
Yeah, like I mean, guys that I trust. I mean, I trust Bassett. He's been great. Um, like there's really no showstoppers. I think that's the biggest thing. And we're a first place team and there's no showstoppers. Like you talk about Avery, it's really a coin flip what you're going to get from your starters day by day. I have literally no idea. Like Barrios today, I was like, you can kind of tell in that first inning, he wasn't even sniffing the strike zone,
No,
not even
no,
the same planet as the strike zone. And it's like, listen, man, it's a legit coin toss, and that's the frustrating part as a fan. Not again, not to doom post because we're still in first place, but they really need someone to kind of step up and give us like 4, 5, 6 string starts where it's like dog, like he was a dog every fifth day for 6 straight starts, and they haven't really got that.
yep. You're right. And that's why it's like you want a full tier above starting pitcher if you're going to go out and buy and get one, but how many of those are truly available? And the price tag is going to be hefty no matter who you try and go after. Um, CB and BK and YJ and I were talking a little bit, and they think that Joe Ryan might be more of a off-season move if they do it, kind of how the Crochet thing was, and that was pretty interesting to me as well. Like truly see if they're out of it, see if they want to get out of the contract, or not, just get out from under him after that. But yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know,
it's
man. I don't know. Like they're going to need some help, I think, so that the role players dying off can be subsided with some more talent.
and I want maybe you could talk me into this, not to go full trade deadline mode. Obviously, we're still a couple weeks away from that, but um, I talked about some guys that I really want and like guys that don't move the needle for me, and I kind of got roasted for this. I don't. Mitch Keller doesn't move the needle for me. I'm sorry. As much as he seems like he rocks by based on what people are tweeting at me, that's not a guy that I see and I think goes out every fifth day and fucking shoves. That's not a showstopper, as I mentioned earlier. Seth Lugo, I got
So,
roasted for saying he doesn't move the needle for me.
Seth Lugo's, I think, a lot better than Mitch Keller.
So would you put Seth Lugo in the tier where I obviously had God tier with like Perez and guys like that, but where would you put Lugo in terms of like if the Jays got him, what would be your reaction?
Um, I'm pretty happy. Like he's kind of a tier above of what we have, but again, it's not a huge strikeout guy where like the stuff's totally dominant. And that's where I think the type of pitcher that goes far in the postseason, just the overwhelming stuff. But again, there's not really that on the market because it's hard to get that. It's hard to acquire that. It's hard to build that up through the prospect levels, and it's not really out there. So those are guys that can help, absolutely. But like it's not. I'm not jumping out of my seat for joy to if you hear those names.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Do you think we'll be underwhelmed post deadline? Or do you think Ross the boss will just make some crazy moves? Like the
Man,
more I see the proposals for what guys like Joe Ryan or Eugenio Suarez or Merrill Kelly or Zach Gallen's going for, the less I think Ross the boss would really take a risk and kind of not go all out, but make a trade for one of these guys. You know?
I still think my favorite way to go about it, I said this a couple episodes ago, is let's build it from the back end, man. It's we have the starters who can go and get through 4 or 5, like pretty much guaranteed with those guys, right? And
Yeah.
it could help them. But if we just build a fantastic pen, it'll be cheaper. You can hold on to more of your prospects. I think that could be the way that they do it is build it from the pen and find the way to do the Tigers mode and get that way done. Because again, the starters are going to be hard to acquire and they're going to be super pricey.
Yeah, it's fair. That's trade deadline talk with 814, I guess. I mean, listen, we'll go more depth when we get BNS on next week. But yeah, I'm really don't know what if Ross the boss. By the way, congratulations, Cal Steven got called up double A.
Right before we go, are you shitting me?
Yeah, got called up to double A.
Fuck me, dude.
Our boy Gage is there though.
Dude, that sucks. That's horrible. Congrats
Why?
to him because I want to see him pitch. That sucks for us.
Yeah.
We're going to Vancouver and he's just got called up.
If they call up Gage, I'm gonna be sick.
I hope he's safe. Yeah, he should be safe. He's not putting up the Cal numbers where he's just totally dominating. But that's fucked. That sucks, man. God damn it.
Dude, this not to go minor league mode because John, you know Johnny hates prospects, but that lefty the Jays got, Rojas, I believe is his name,
Kenji Rojas, yeah.
in double A, he looks a lot like Christopher Sanchez.
He looks exactly like Christopher Sanchez. He
Do we
wears
got a demon lefty coming up through the system? I mean, I know the Jays don't have the sexiest names like top 100 prospect list, but that double A team rotation, JWB, Cal, Trey, Rojas, like,
Rojas.
yeah, like
Yeah.
some little fun squad down there, you know?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, people will say what they want about this take I'm about to spew off here. You can trade Johnny King for someone really good if you have like Kendry Rojas. He's a good arm, really good arm, and he's closer to the big leagues. Like you
Johnny King won't be in the big leagues for another 5 years, Avery.
exactly. Like he's super young. He's a third round high school pick, and he has put together the best complex league single A start that he could possibly do. It's like that's almost a good enough scouting win if you can trade him for a worthwhile good big leaguer.
But we got good news though. Sam Shaw will be in Vancouver when we're there.
Oh, no shit. He got called
Yeah,
up?
yeah, he just got called up.
Dude,
Uh,
fuck. Send
Sam
him. That's
Shaw will
sick.
be there.
Sam Shaw's going home.
Edwin Duran, I don't know who
Okay.
that is. Got called up to High A, and then Victor Arias is in Double
Yeah.
A now.
Oh, he went up. Fuck. I mean, all right. That's the name of the prospect game, but
There's gonna
yeah.
be no, there's gonna be no one there besides
Yeah.
Gage and Arjun.
And us.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah. Pressure's off for me though. If Cal's not going to be there, I mean, I was a little nervous pitching in front of him. He's been sick. I don't want to touch the mound and mush it for him. You know,
I'm very excited to go to
to the
Vancouver.
Nat,
Yeah.
the
What
Nat.
are
And
you
if you are from
Thursday?
Vancouver listening to this, we'll be there the 18th. We have a section. 19th, we'll do the first pitch at night. Firework night should be fun. Should be absolutely electric. And that team is an absolute fucking wagon. So it'll be even more fun doing that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And that's prospect news with Gate 14 there. Just a couple call
Also,
ups, Scott Bro.
if you're in the Vancouver area and you want to play golf on Thursday, hit me up. Talk to me. I'm gonna bring my clubs, I think, if I find people that are gonna play some golf. I
Yeah,
want to get out there. But no, that's I'll put the ticket link in the bio as well for the Friday game. And you're
Vancouver
throwing
full. Yeah.
first pitch, man. Redemption
Yeah. No,
Saturday
I'm gonna
night.
practice Tuesday. Get some reps in and then go from there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I guess we can kind of go back into the series because we should be talking about the Jays versus Athletics that took place. I did want to get your thought process, Avery, on the decision to bunt yesterday. Jays down one,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah.
Jays down one. Leadoff guy gets on. Nathan Lucas, who Mason Miller struggles against lefties. I saw a stat. I think Griff tweeted it out. Mason Miller struggles against lefties, and John Schneider and company decide to bunt and give away an out with a guy who has been kind of wild that inning. Wasn't really throwing many strikes. A free out. Where are you at with that, Avery? I was pretty fucking mad in the moment. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I like bunting. I think it puts Mason Miller threw it shitty to first base. Like I do think you can put pressure on defenses that way. I like being anti-analytics in that point. I do think bunting is good in certain situations. When it happened, I was kind of surprised. But to me, they had right or wrong, they had decided to try and get one run that
Mm-hmm.
inning. It wasn't the big inning. And for me, it was they were bunting. They trusted Nathan Lucas to get it down, get a runner over to second. That would pretty much guarantee a George Springer than a Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at bat. It was they didn't want to have Nathan Lucas ground into a double play, and then you finish with Ernie, who was leading off, I believe. It's like you wanted to get it to the middle of the order, and that's how John Schneider went about doing it that way. You could have let him swing. Again, Miller walked Joey Loperfido on 5 pitches, right? He three
Yeah.
straight, threw a strike, ball after that. Nathan Lucas squares to bunt on the first one. He throws it glove side, kind of yanks it. Then again, Nathan Lucas goes for the next. I would have maybe like taken away a bunt for one of them to see if he still had it, but I think they had decided like let's get one here. We feel good where we're at. Maybe Penwa. I don't really remember how they used the pen that day, but they were trying to go for one run, and right or wrong, that's what happened.
I don't know if I agree with it, Dave. I really don't. I hate. I'm a bunt guy. I've tweeted. I love bunts. I'm a bunt slut.
Yep.
But I do not know if I am all for doing that shit. When Mason Miller's wild and you're down one, I don't agree with it in that aspect. I really don't. I really don't. Let the sack stud on his birthday swing it.
That was the true disservice is not letting Nathan Lucas swing away on his birthday. Yeah, man. That was an actual one where I was kind of thought it was a head scratcher. I could talk myself into it, but again, yeah, I Mason Miller's really, really good. And the bunt and the throw locked him back in, which
Yeah.
is what you don't want, right?
Yeah, exactly.
He had
Let's talk
struggled the
about
first couple.
let's talk about today's one. Um, so John Schneider gets ejaculated from a game when Davis Schneider hits a home run that, based off of how mad everyone in the dugout was and how mad Davis Schneider, who doesn't really show emotions, was, I thought they got the call wrong. I didn't see a camera angle on it, but I thought they got the call wrong. John Schneider goes full tomato red face mode, like lunatic mode on this umpire, like ready to kill him, and gets tossed. And biggest rock star shit of the season. Next pitch, Davis Schneider hits a ball 440 over the left field fence. Just so sick. But um, that was awesome, Avery. That was fun from today. I had a lot of fun with that one.
I thought it was a turning point in the game. I thought they finally showed some life. It was a, if I'm on the other bench and I see how bad the team is playing and the manager comes out and does that, it's a classic. We got to fire the boys up, find something for them. And again, those were the worst camera angles of all time. I don't know how they could have ever overturned a ball down because you could not see it clearly at all. And everyone in the Jays dugout sees it the most clear. So I
Yeah.
understand why they're so pissed. But when you get ejected from the game and you have to walk through the center field
And the
fence,
umpire wasn't even looking at him.
it was such a funny, funny look. And then John Schneider just pointing to the outfield, David Schneider, his son, right after. Just a bomb. I thought it was gonna like save the season in some ways. Like they're about to do it big here.
Yeah. It did not. It did not.
No, but that was legitimately awesome to watch. We finally had some life back into the game. That was really, really cool.
And what happens when the Jays get life back? Goes to 3-1, and Toronto Blue Jays new manager DeMarlo Hale or whatever it was at the time puts in Brule to pitch, Justin Brule, and he gives up a middle meatball, Avery, that got sent into honestly Los Angeles. That baseball was hit to. I would love your thought process because Chris Bassett was ready to go. He said he was ready to go out of the bullpen. You throw Brule instead of like Fisher or Bassett or even Green, who's been lights out for us. Shout out Chad. What the fuck are you doing throwing Brule there? I really will never get that.
Okay. Well, the simple thing is lefty on lefty. That's
Sure,
the only that's the
sure,
only that's the
sure.
only thing. They had to be doing everything in their power not to let Chris Bassett pitch. Like there was no way they wanted him to pitch if they could get him more rest. That's good for
But
I
he
would
was
love
already long tossing. He was already warming up, Abe. It's not like he didn't go through the process.
sure, but he was going to do that anyways. Like that's what you brought up. It was a side session day, so if he threw and he warmed up, that's like his side session. Truly, if he ended up going 30 pitches, that's about as bad as it gets from handling. He was just really good in his inning. I think it was you're pretty hurt bullpen depth, to be honest. You're still down. So yeah, we're gonna try and get out of this with guys who are inferior. I didn't think it was that bad. I just think he's not very good. And that's what happens when you put in guys who aren't very good. You get the home run right away on the first pitch, and then Brent Rooker on the second pitch lines a single into left.
Just terrible.
It's all you can do with the guys who are on the team, right?
Fair.
It's like
I do
that
think
was a
though.
perfect Fluharty spot if he was there
Fluharty's been awesome, by the way. I saw a stat line from him in
since he went
AAA.
down.
It's been cool, yeah. But I don't know. I was really mad about that. I was like, you go to and then, but the big head scratcher is Avery. I'd love for you to touch on this. Throwing Chris Bassett when it's 6-1, though. You know, like you talked about it. You said maybe they just didn't want to throw him, right? Like maybe they just didn't want to throw Bassett. Like it's like this is the red button you're pressing. You throw the fucking guy when it's 6-1, though, right?
I
Like
could, yeah, I did write it. I said why. What I didn't know what the right opportunity for Bassett to be in the game would have been, but I did not think it was a 6-1 opportunity for him to go into the game with people after him. Yeah, it worked out fine. So I can step back and say whatever you guys did. I'm okay with it. You knew what you were doing, I guess, and it worked out fine. But it was yeah. I think the only reason they threw him was lefty lefty matchup, and that's what happened. And I also think oh, this is a simple one that I've totally even forgot about. You're giving Chris Bassett a clean inning, 100%. You're not putting Chris Bassett with a runner on base.
but he would have had a clean inning, though, I thought, when Brule came in.
No, Kurtz was a 2-run homer
Oh,
because Nance threw the ball into hell on the Jacob Wilson.
yes.
grounder to him, and he threw it. And Jacob Wilson twice got on by that, and so there was a runner on second. You're not bringing Chris Bassett in with a runner
Fair.
on
I
base.
get that
Yeah,
then. I Tommy Nance has been fine for me.
Tommy Nance is it was a curveball that he could spin the shit out of last year, and now he's changed it to a slider.
Yeah.
He's been kind of fun to watch. Tommy Nance was pretty good in his time here last year, if I
Yeah.
remember correctly. So that's cool. Like again, they got to get their good guys healthy if you want to
Like
be
we're
at your
like
ceiling.
we're talking about Yimmy not here, Sandlin not here, Varsho not here, Santander not here, Andres Jimenez not like this is a laundry list of fucking guys injured, brother. Like this is
Yes,
insane. This is getting insane now.
absolutely. How are you supposed to hit at your top end potential if you don't have all your guys healthy or most of your guys healthy, right? Especially in the bullpen. You're due for a regression if you have your B tier level relievers
Yeah.
pitching higher leverage innings. It's how it'll go. I think being healthy is the first step for this to get. I wouldn't even say it was off the tracks. They're just a better home team, and they didn't play that well this week.
Yeah.
That's ball.
They just didn't play. I mean, 3-3 against the White Sox Athletics.
Yeah, I mean, you go to Sacramento, you feel like you can hit 1,000 home runs, and then they kind of just
They
do
hit like
what they.
three home runs the entire weekend, I think. They didn't hit one on Friday.
Yeah, the Barger lefty swing today,
Awesome.
I was really happy with. After
Awesome.
maybe his worst at bat of the season against the lefty last night,
Yeah.
him against Sean Newcomb. Today, I thought his first swings, he fouled the ball off the opposite way on a breaker. And it's like that was a pretty good swing on that.
Yeah.
I think he still struck out his next at bat, but then he hit the home run off the lefty after. I was happy with the Barger lefty swing.
Yeah. Me as well. I mean, not much to be mad about on that. Lefty home run for a guy that's been historically struggling against lefties. So it's not bad. But you have been angry about the Leo Jimenez tags at second. And I want to talk about it because I've never really seen a middle infielder drop balls at second base that much on stolen bases that are on the money, right? Like, is that a hot take? It's been fucking crazy.
I only remembered him doing it on Canada Day. He just dropped a ball that was kind of right to him.
Yeah.
Then it happened twice this weekend. I was like, what are we doing here? Something's up.
Yeah.
I just want him to catch the ball and put the tag down. That was my only. I'm not actually that mad at him, but it was just becoming too weird of a trend where it's like Leo's just dropping the ball when the ball's on him at second and they're losing outs all the time. So Leo's home run made up for it right after. Where I asked him, I was like, "Come on, we got to catch the ball," and then right after he hit the home run. So that's good. You could drop the balls if you're gonna make up for it by hitting homers.
I will say this: this team is so injured right now, Avery, that they have Leo Jimenez coming off the bench to pinch hit. He pinch hit today, Leo Jimenez in the big 2025. Just won't cut it for me. That's just where I'm at with it, unfortunately. But if you could keep one guy out of that bench mob, Avery, because obviously some guys will be going down, right? Varsho's gonna be back. Santander will hopefully be back. Is Davis Schneider the guy?
He's the lefty guy, yeah, for sure. He's pretty penciled in for that for me, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I think he's the safest out of the guys. Like Lopes has been awesome. Didn't really get much run this weekend, unfortunately, because there was a lot of lefties.
Well, he was sick on Friday.
Yeah, he was sick. Sacramento flu. But yeah,
Wagner. Wag's been okay the last couple outings he's had as well. So yeah, I don't know. Davis has got to be there, I think, and they probably find a defense guy in that mix too. Well, Straw's going to be the other one. Heineman's going to be the other, so they probably just choose one lefty, and I'm kind of fine with it being Lopes.
Yeah, Lopes gives you some versatility as well. You can play in the outfield position, fast, and can hit from the left side.
There you go.
Not much more you could ask for.
But the best part of the day today, though, John, my World Series.
Yep.
The MLB draft.
Draft day.
And the MLB draft started off with the first two picks being crazy. So the Washington Nationals selected Eli Willits, who was ranked fifth, and then the Angels took Tyler Bremner, who was ranked 18th. Two guys. It was pretty obvious to everyone that Cade Anderson was going to go first overall, and that's not what happened. But I heard
Yeah,
that Eli Willits had started shopping himself around at a discount to go first overall. So
I respect it.
the Nationals, who have the most money to give anyone, like the full pool, I pretty sure they took a guy at a discount in the first round, so they can just pay people all over the draft and get as many good people as they can. But we get JoJo Parker, awesome name, a great hitting shortstop, probably a third baseman when all is said and done. He's not very fast, so I think they'd move him off shortstop. 6'2", 200 pounds, lefty bat, obviously righty throw. Purvis, Mississippi. Just his name, he's a twin, Joseph and Jacob Parker, and he goes by JoJo now. I
Love
like the
that.
pick.
That's a show name, Abe. That's a show
Yeah,
name, my friend.
like at the eighth pick, being between JoJo Parker and Jamie Arnold, I was like, okay, we're going to be in a good spot here. But Joe Doyle had been tweeting out early all the picks.
Death sentence. I'm sorry. Death sentence for
And
those fucking
he
losers.
tweeted out that Jamie Arnold was a Toronto Blue Jay. And of course, on the Jays pick, right out, I tweeted that Jamie Arnold was a Blue Jay
Yeah.
for like probably 30 seconds. I had to obviously delete it, but then he said, "Just hold on a moment. Actually, that's not going to be the pick." Of course, that fuckery happened to the Blue Jays pick, but you end up with JoJo Parker, which I think is people love him, and he's a high school guy. I don't know anything really about his game other than what other people have said.
Well, I will
about
say
him.
this, Avery. The Blue Jay curse will happen. Um, Jamie Arnold will end up being fucking Clayton Kershaw reincarnated, and we'll be like, remember when the Jays drafted him for like half a second?
Yeah. Well, Joe Doyle had him drafted for half a
Yeah,
second,
for sure.
which is fine. Like I think we can be okay. At least the Blue Jays team didn't tweet it out. We just happened to do that. But I think JoJo's a fun pick, man. Another shortstop, another talented kid who can
Yeah,
hit. I like that he's a hit first guy. I really do appreciate that. The Billy Carlson would be a little different, who's a glove first guy, but interesting draft so far. Um, yeah, I love the draft. It's awesome. And we have 3 rounds today. Don't have a second round pick because Santander, they signed him, but they're picking 81. It would be awesome if we take JoJo and Jacob Parker,
yeah.
which
Fuck it.
there's been
Let's
talk
get
about Jacob Parker going to wherever JoJo goes.
really.
Yes, like
That's nepo. That's nepo baby times 1,000. Actually, kinda. That's
it's Daniel and Henrik Sedin. Dude, we have the
we're gonna
Sedin
have the
twins.
Sedin twins. But anyways, yeah, speaking about JoJo Parker, I mean, thank you to everyone that commented go on Gate 14 under his post. I believe it's already almost 100 fucking comments saying it. Um, Hopefully we can get him on. I mean, obviously the kid is 18 years old, so he's obviously heavily online. So I'm assuming he'll probably see Gate
Man,
14.
he's born in 2006.
What would you say the odds are, Avery? As of right now, he knows what Gate 14 is. I would say pretty high.
I think by tonight he'll know.
Like, because the post that they're commenting on go on Gate 14, his brother's a collab post with it. So his brother's getting the notifications as well.
Yeah, man, a dual Parker interview when they both are Blue Jays is going to be awesome. But I think by the end of the night, he'll know.
Yeah, I think he'll know. I think he's a Gate 14 guy. Let me see if he threw us a follow yet. No, we've gotten tons of followers from that. But yeah, shout out JoJo, legend. Excited to have you here. Obviously, I'll be probably 32 by the time you're even remotely close to the show. But unless you take the Jackson Holiday leap, what if he just
Not
rakes 400 every level?
that would be awesome. People really love his bat.
Well, he has
Like
a beautiful left-handed swing.
he does. Gunnar Henderson was the one
The
comp.
comp, yeah.
They had just swing path and like the side look. So I'm cool. I'm just cool with the pick. Like wherever they settled, as long as it wasn't Ike Irish, I was like, okay, I would love Jamie Arnold here if we go arm, and I would love JoJo if they
Funniest
went
part is,
shortstop.
Avery, is people are commenting under the Blue Jays post and like our post, bye bye Bo. I got terrible fucking news, brother. Bo Bichette will probably never know JoJo Parker exists until 2034. Like this has nothing to do with Bo Bichette. Literally nothing. I this guy won't be on the team. JoJo Parker will probably be, I'm assuming, at the complex for the next 3 months, right? Like he won't even be playing like actual teams.
Yeah, I I don't know if you'll even get into complex games.
So shout out JoJo. Shout out JoJo. Should we go into listener questions before we send the people off here? Golf log, Avery.
Yeah,
Wednesday.
golf log Wednesday. So once the All Star festivities are over, and you have nothing to watch on Wednesday night, you're gonna get an hour and a half, hour 20 of Game 14 versus the Toronto Blue Jays in an 18-hole golf match. It is spectacular. I've
Mhm.
seen it. We've seen it. I've seen it too many times now, but it's really good. So Wednesday, let's do 7 o'clock first pitch for the golf. Like
Yep.
as you'd be sitting down to watch the birds, you watch the golf vlog
Yep.
instead.
There it
Uh,
is.
are we gonna do? Are we gonna do a pod next week, John? You think before the series?
Um,
Maybe we'll do a 30-minute special, like
yeah.
second half preview,
Live from Vancouver.
live from Vancouver. Yeah,
Yeah, you
we'll
can do
do
that.
that. Cool.
You can do that.
Okay, I will. Don't have any of the listener questions pulled up. Awesome.
Not many. Vibes are low.
Vibes are really low, and that's
Vibes are
that's
low.
a
Views are low. I would have loved to went in with a win, but that's just what it is.
was Willett's number one the best pick of the draft from BK. BK won $5,000 on Eli Willett's being the first pick,
I
and
mean,
he
just
and
honestly ridiculous shit. Truly.
and he risked $100. Like it wasn't a risk.
No, he risked less than that. I'm pretty sure.
Was it?
Hmm.
That's so cool.
Shout out
Uh,
BK. Sharp.
yeah. Why is this team allergic to winning on the road? They just like the dome so much.
They love Dome. Who doesn't love Dome? Come on. We
Was
all
today the
love
most
Dome.
was today the most passionate John Schneider moment we've seen since he's become manager?
Yeah, and it all gone to waste. I mean, do you know how fucking cool in the spin zones we would have had if they got out of that with a win after the
Yeah.
John Schneider post, like potential murdering someone on a baseball field? Would have been unbelievable.
Rock asked, which team is most likely to fizzle out of the AL East race after the break? Seems like anyone but the Orioles have a shot. I think there's a non-zero chance the Orioles might pass the Rays somehow. Yeah,
Really?
I think there's a non-zero chance of it,
Wow.
but like the Rays are going to go through hell, man, playing on the road all this time.
Yeah. I mean, listen, the Rays are out of a playoff spot right now, man. They're 1.5 back.
Yeah, like
Like
if they
they've
die,
had a legit meltdown the last week.
if they die off, I wouldn't be crazy surprised. They're still a good team, obviously,
Yeah.
but P just asked, what are we doing to win the All-Star break?
Dropping the golf log.
Yeah,
You
we're
know,
getting ready.
you win the All-Star break, Gate 14 Nation, by watching the golf log. That's how you win.
Yep. Someone asked JoJo Parker for Paul Skeens. Who says no? We got to wait a little bit. I found out it's 6 months. 6 months after they get
6 months
drafted.
we wait.
BK, let me know that. Home run derby winner. Do we have one?
I really love James Wood.
I was gonna say the same thing, actually.
I'm a James Wood guy.
Just you need easy power, I think.
Yeah,
he's in
and he
good-
has like very easy, just flick his wrist, send a ball to hell power. It's unbelievable stuff. It really is.
yeah. Billy asked, this is not a question, but Scherzer getting pissed about getting a free strikeout with the time clock violation was rock star shit.
I did not see that.
I think it was Lawrence Butler that was up. He struck him out on the pitch clock violation, and he spiked the ball into the ground. He was pissed. He was so mad. It was 3 strikeouts in an inning. It was
I did not
incredible.
see that.
Yeah, it was really good. All right, I think that's all we got. Sorry for just skimming through that, but I'll do some draft stuff on Twitter, kind of all the Jays picks. I'll run through them. But thank you everyone for an awesome first half. I mean, views were great. The team was great. It makes doing all this worthwhile.
Yeah.
So hopefully see you guys in Vancouver. Enjoy the golf log when that comes out. That took a lot of hard work from the people on the production side.
Shout them
So
out. Shout out the people that grinded their dicks off for us.
Hunter shot it and produced it.
Yep.
He was the one editing all that stuff.
Yep.
Kale shot it. Mike shot it. Those guys are rock stars. And Gate 14, Cam's going to do the thumbnail, and Cam did the graphics. Grade 14 wouldn't be great without all the people involved. So We really appreciate those guys, and we appreciate you, the listeners. So let's keep this thing rolling, man. A division race to end this season will be everything we wanted and
Yeah.
much more.
Let's get out of the break. Let's beat the Giants. Then the Yankees come to town. This time next week we'll be recapping a Yankee series again, and I am scared as fuck for it, to be honest with you. But yeah, the Red Sox have a tough series coming up. Tough couple series. They got the Astros. They got the hell gauntlet coming up for the Red Sox. So just got to stay on par, win series, get back on the tracks for the Toronto Blue Jays against the Giants, who look kind of awesome recently. But yeah, got to get back on the tracks. And thank you guys so much for the support in the first half, man. It's been insane. Truly insane stuff. So love you guys. Stay tuned for the golf vlog. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. And next time we'll be talking to you, we will be in beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia, breaking down the Giants series. So who's got it better than us? Love you guys, man. Gate 14 forever.